right. Here I am. Yeah, it is a red day again, just like yesterday. And I felt like there wasn't much to talk about yesterday. There was so much going on with DeepSeek and all this other stuff, and all the markets taking a tumble globally and stuff, and looking like this. So I wanted to go online. I guess I'd talk about something else that I said on a live stream on the weekend, right? Sunday, I talked about KRC20s. Saturday, I talked about Toncoin and some Tonbean coins. And I talked about other things like I usually do. Some news in here and stuff like that here and there. And I mentioned that in my property in Alabama, I have a sign that says trespassers will be shot. And this is an actual picture of it that I took when I installed it. So, but I didn't really give any backstory. And it's weird because right after that live stream, like immediately, I lost 2 subscribers. And I guess my subscriber count is low enough to notice those types of fluctuations. So I'm like, maybe people think that I'm kind of crazy and it's unsubscribed. I have no idea, but it's true. I didn't actually say why I installed this, but it's a lot of interesting stuff that was going on. To give you guys some context of why this even came up, anybody who didn't watch that video from Saturday, I was talking about the kidnapping of the co-founder of Ledger, the hardware wallet, and his wife, and they cut off his finger. And yeah, it was kind of crazy. So this is to give you guys context in case you don't know what I was talking about in that previous video on the weekend. But there was other mentions of every paragraph of different people who have been kidnapped and all this other shit. Like in Belgium, the wife of another influencer who recently announced on social media that had become a Bitcoin millionaire was also kidnapped. I mean, look at the dude's wife, man. Jesus Christ. So it led me to talk about, like, I've been in crypto for like 11 years and I was just hacked for the first time 2 weeks ago. It wasn't much. It was my Phantom wallet. I don't really use it for much anyway. Small trades and stuff like that. Bunch of tokens that I spend like 20 or 30 or 40 or $50 or whatever. But, and this was just like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it was like, I had Phantom Wallet open on the right pane on my Chrome browser. And, you know, one of my bags of tokens would just flip away, and the others would shift up, and another one flip away, shift up. And I realized what was happening. I was like, I was being hacked. So I started to just transfer the remaining tokens as fast as possible out to another wallet so they don't get everything. And I'm like, I was like, dude, you know, this is the first time it ever happened to me. I am like crazy secure. I don't give out my address. I don't send tokens to anybody. I don't receive tokens to anybody. I don't participate in airdrops. I don't connect to any websites. Like, I don't do anything, right? And I'm like, not only am I a crypto guy, I'm a software guy, right? So the only thing I can think of is that somebody hacked my system, took control of the Phantom Wallet executable. So, which makes me think, like, now that I'm out there and I'm on YouTube and, you know, and I, you know, talk about having crypto, that people are trying to take what I got and try to hack me. So I was like, you know, stay away, you know, stay away from me, you know. I was like, yeah, I mean, I said I have a fond relationship with my governor, and I was talking about the governor that I got, which is a very powerful revolver. So, and I have a sign on my property in Alabama that looks like it's the governor, where it says trespassers will be shot. And I cut it off right there at that point. And then I lost 2 subscribers. I mean, I don't know if people are offended by, you know, people wanting to, you know, defend themselves. And, you know, it's the right of self-defense. This should be a basic human desire by everybody, right? So, not that I want to get political and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if I want to get too deep into politics at any moment, but I mean, it shouldn't even be political if you want to defend yourself, right? It should just be normal. Defend yourself and defend your family. Um, but yeah, I installed this sign a few years back. It was kind of crazy, the shit that I was dealing with. Like, I bought the property, and I actually made a list, and I posted this on Nextdoor. If you guys don't know what Nextdoor is, it's like a Facebook for your local community. So you join Nextdoor, you input your address and your zip code, and you get to talk to people who are on the same app that are in your town and surrounding towns. Um, and pretty much most of my neighbors applauded me for doing this, and thought it was funny and all that other stuff. There was one woman who says, wrote that I'm threatening my neighbors, and then she edited it. Because she read another post. She says, I just want to let you know that I'm retracting my statement now that I've read your other post of the reasons why you put up this sign. So I was like, oh, okay. So to get into the reasons, there's like so many. There was like, I guess from like, what is it, like 2017, 2018 up until 2020, when I put in this sign. And then after this sign popped up and all this shit became known in my area, like I never had any problems again. Like when I first bought the property, the first thing I did was put up some gates, some simple, cheap farm gates so nobody can get in. I put some metal no trespassing signs on the farm gates. And, the construction started, excavation, all that other stuff. And one day I'm at the gate and I'm looking at the sign and I'm like, there's a bullet hole in the sign. Like somebody shot the sign. So I don't know, I'm guess some idiot prior to me buying the property was using the property to hunt, without permission or something like that. And now that somebody bought it and closed it up, they got pissed off when they shot the sign. So, that was one thing, right? So I would never go to a sort of a crypto conference. Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, so okay, so that's number one. Number two, geez, I remember, and I don't know what year it was, but I remember the tropical storm. It was mind you, this is down at the Gulf Coast, which is very near to the Gulf Shores area, which is a popular tourist destination in the southeast United States. So my town took a direct hit from a tropical cyclone. It wasn't strong enough to be a hurricane, to be classified as a hurricane because of the winds, but nonetheless, it was a cyclone. And Tropical Storm Gordon had came in and left. I had an appointment with a landscaper that I was supposed to meet to give me a quote on something. And I was standing out, mind you, it's a big property. I was standing out by one of the gates by an entrance. So I was waiting for that guy to show up. My neighbor stopped by and I was standing like under a tree talking to my neighbor because the cyclone had just left, like overnight, and it was burning hot. Everything was wet, puddles everywhere and stuff because it was a tropical storm, but there was no clouds in the sky and it was burning hot. So we were standing under the tree talking, and another entrance that was like 200 feet that away, I had closed up. And at the time, there was gravel coming up to the gate, but not going inside into the property. It was just dirt, right? So there were puddles and mud and all the other stuff all over that entrance. And some guy pulled into the driveway, stopped at the gate that was closed, climbed over the gate, and started walking in. And he's walking, he's paying attention to the ground, not realizing that me and my neighbor are standing like way over there. And he's walking, he's trying obviously not to step in the puddles and all this other stuff. And he's walking. I'm thinking, this is a landscaper I had an appointment with. So my neighbor's like, I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you later. And he walks across the street. He has the other, big piece of property that's like just the opposite side of the road. So I start walking over. I'm like, hey, what's this guy doing? Why is he walking like through the mud and stuff? I'm like, hey, and the guy just picks his head up. He looks at me. And he just runs the other way, and he jumps over the gate, runs into his car, drives backwards really fast to get out into the road, and he drives away. I'm like, what the hell? And I sent a message to the landscaper, and I text him. I was like, "Was that you, or you just?" He's like, "No, sir." He's like, "I didn't get there yet." I'm like, "What the hell?" You know, crazy stuff just kept happening nonstop that made me put this sign up. Um, like my mailbox was stolen, and somebody didn't hit it and I didn't drive into it. Just the mailbox was removed from the post. So what I did was I put I reinstalled a new mailbox, metal, heavy duty. Um, and then this was the time of Hurricane Sally, right? Is it Sally or Sandy? Because I experienced Sandy on the Jersey coast. Yeah, it was Sally. I get them mixed up. And this was like a few days before that hurricane came in. Coincidentally, I'm talking about two different tropical storms with an event at the same time. But and I had thought that, so after the hurricane, I had thought that, and it was damaging for the area. It was another direct hit on my town. Trees down everywhere, and much worse than that tropical storm that happened like a year beforehand. And I thought that a branch had fallen down and smashed into the mailbox because the mailbox was smashed. I'm like, oh man, I just installed this last week, And then a few weeks go by, and I'm talking to my neighbor across the street. He's like, yeah, well, I see they smashed your mailbox at the same time they smashed mine. I'm like, what? I told him I thought that was like a tree or something from the hurricane. He's like, no, they smashed it the day before the hurricane came in. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't see it the day before. He's like, yeah, my mailbox was smashed and they smashed yours. I'm like, it's just like one thing after another. And that's just like, yeah, it led me to put up this sign. And I'm like, it's fucking crazy. Like I would get people at 10 p.m. Like one time, like I leave the gate open, I get people at 10 p.m. just driving around. There's this section with these nice oak trees on my property, and they're just driving around. And I'm like, I remember one time that was a time when I had some family members come in, and they're going to stay at a hotel, come in from out of town, and I was getting ready to go out to meet them, with my daughter at like, 10 p.m. at that time period. He's like, Daddy, there's somebody in the property. I'm like, oh my God, get in the house, because I was just getting ready to leave. Get in the house. I turn off the lights. I go open my safe and I grab, I grab my governor, it's just nuts. So, that's what you got to deal with in, I guess, when you're out in the country or something. And I guess the problem is that it's so close to tourist areas and retiree areas that people like to prey on either retirees or snowbirds. They like to just have a house for the winter, and they try to break in and steal stuff. So you got to deal with that. But I don't know if those people unsubscribe because of that. Because I said I have the sign because I like, I don't know. They think I'm like, I don't know. They hear me talking. They think I'm a crazy redneck from Alabama, but I mean, the crazy part may be true, but I'm from the Bronx, so I don't know if that's along the same lines or what. But yeah, I mean, that's my explanation of what happened. And I get two people unsubscribe, unless they just unsubscribe because I was talking about Toncoin. The video itself was about Toncoin. I don't know. It's like, well, God damn it, he's talking about Toncoin. It's like, I want to hear about Casper getting listed on Binance. Casper's going to get listed on Binance soon. Why doesn't he talk about that? Unsubscribe. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's the way. That's what happened. If anybody out there who's interested in that story behind this sign that I was talking about, because I didn't give any backstory about that. But yeah. Other than that, back to regular crypto stuff. Yeah, it's crazy about this. It's crazy about this situation. Like I don't. Basically, what I want to say is, anybody out there is thinking of some funny business. You mess with me, man. You might end up having a bad day. So I don't know about that, man. I think it's kind of crazy. You just can't be like a normal person and just try to make some money and somebody come after you like that. It's just nuts. kidnapped a guy's wife, cut off his finger. Fucking crazy, man. Oh man. Other than that, it's crazy stuff. The only happenings yesterday is that DeepSeek AI causing the markets to tumble. There was a token that came out for on base from Coinbase, and it's crazy how systems get messed up with duplicate ticker symbols. For those of you who know or don't know, my community has hooked into systems everywhere. We pull in tokens and we analyze them. We have software analyzing them, trying to find good picks, do a damn good job. So link in the description below. But even Coinbase was reporting like this VVV, this gaming token, as opposed to this AI token, this Venice token. So, and it was kind of strange. So yeah, I got this. This is I don't know. It's just the way things are set up that like nobody's systems can really track everything perfectly. Like going all the way out to Coinbase and stuff like that. And CoinMarketCap and everybody has trouble sometimes. But yeah, it's so Venice token was a new token that they sent things out. You know, they sent out over an airdrop and blah blah blah. I don't think not the type of thing I would care about, especially if it starts off as an airdrop. Other stuff that was happening, another weird play that came out recently that my community captured, but didn't look good. It was like there was this token called Anime that's getting listed on a lot of centralized exchanges and all the other stuff, but it was really strange. It just pumped up in the first 5 minutes to a 292 billion market cap. I was like, oh, I want to stay away from that. Other than that, there's a very few, like all the coins on my watch list on CoinMarketCap, like 95% of them or more, are like all red, just like these crypto bubbles, all red. There's just a few of them that are pumping. A couple of them are from my plays from just a few weeks ago. Toshi is still pumping a little bit. I was surprised. I thought it was going to go into retracement, especially along with the rest of the markets, right? It was Toshi. Let's check Toshi for a second. Man, I love Toshi. I love Toshi. I've been buying Toshi for a while. Is it? It's red for the day. Okay. I guess I checked it a couple hours ago. It was a little bit green. So, but yeah, for 7 days, it's still, yeah, it's freaking awesome, Toshi. I'm expecting this one to go, what was it? 20, 30x from where it is right now, man. Yeah. So, yeah, he's gonna have a really good market cap, top of the bull run. Anybody out there, buy some Toshi. It's going down a little bit. Yeah, buy it on its way down and so on. What is this? Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know, not much to talk about. I don't want to be talking about this DeepSeek AI and all the other crazy stuff, but link in the description below if you want to join my community, if you want to become crypto rich, because that's the name of the community. And I will catch you guys later.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey.